If you've ever asked the question of what's an owner's locker, what's the purple box in your video, what do you keep in your owner's locker? Well, this video is for you. These little purple boxes are what's called an owner's locker, and you can have as few or as many as you want. We have one. At one point we had two. Some people have like 4 or 5, and that's all they do is they keep all their Disney stuff here at Disney World with the owner's locker company at Team Purple, and that's it. Like that's what they pack in. They don't bring suitcases. They just fill their backpack with their necessities of what they need to travel here, and they just come. So depending on how often you come and your family's preferences and budget and lifestyle, this could definitely be for you. Now, this is not someone that likely comes once a year. For the most part, the math isn't gonna math in that situation. But if you're someone that comes a couple of times a year, or if you're like us and you come a lot, you're a DVC member, these can be great. The perk of these though is you don't have to be staying on Disney property. I can have this delivered at the All-Stars if I'm not staying at a DVC, Disney Vacation Club resort. I can also have it delivered over to the Hilton Resort, the Bee, Doubletree. There are so many different other hotels here in the Orlando area that the owner's lockers can be delivered to. So you don't even have to be an on-property kind of family to be able to benefit from one of these. So the pricing is going to be broken up into a couple of different options. I'll link the website down below because it can change from time to time. So I want to keep that as up to date as possible. So I will link the pricing down below. They do have one option though where you just pay monthly for it. It pays for your box, your round trip of them bringing it to you and picking it up to take it back to Team Purple and store it in the locker. But depending on your trip frequency, you can fall into one of 3 different categories, and running the numbers is going to be the best way to see if an owner's locker is really for you. Now I'm gonna walk you through what I keep in my owner's locker, how I pack it up. So I'm gonna set up the camera so you can watch me as I do this. I'll talk you through all of the items that I'm putting in there, kind of a little reasoning as to why I have those in there. And if you have an owner's locker, let me know your favorite thing that you keep in it in the comment section down below. But before we get to that, if you are new, hi, my name is Ashley, and here on my channel, Pixie Dusted Mom, I love sharing tips and tricks for helping you enjoy your Disney vacation. So if you want to lower those pre-vacation stress levels, learn a few Disney tips, and be ready and confident for your vacation, and then go ahead and click that thumbs up button, click the red subscribe button, join my little internet fam, and let's jump into packing up this owner's locker. Now that you guys are all situated on the tripod, I'm gonna start packing up this owner's locker. The first thing I put in are our Slumberpods. So we keep 2 Slumberpods in here. This makes it so much easier for packing and traveling. I find it important enough though to pack these and travel with these that I actually have 4. Like that's how much I stand behind this Slumberpod. I have 2 that I keep here for when we're at Disney World, but I also have 2 for when we are traveling at home. We're going to other destinations outside of Disney World. We're visiting family, that sort of thing. These things are absolutely incredible. Even my 4.5-year-old still uses hers till this day. It has been such a great investment for our family, and it's just really allowed us to have such better sleep while we're on vacation. I'm not having to turn all the lights off and be super quiet or worry about, okay, I've got to rent a big enough space to house all of us so they can have their own private room so they can be able to sleep. I don't have to think about any of that stuff. I'm just able to pop them in their Slumberpods and we can all have a nice relaxing time. So highly recommend the Slumberpods. Got those in there. This is everything from the pod itself, the poles for it, as well as this one is the one that has the fan. So you've got all of that in that little pouch. So that is what I have in there. And these little great organizers actually come in your owner's locker. That's something that they provide you with so that you can kind of organize it a little bit. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what I have in here. For right now, it works. But sometimes I have to collapse them and just place them in the bottom of the owner's locker because they just don't really fit. Another thing I like to keep in here are these dryer sheets. I'm not always able to travel with liquid, and this is a great space-saving way to do that. These are fantastic. You can travel with these whether you're doing it in an owner's locker or not, but they are just flat. They're almost like a dryer sheet, but they're soap, and they just dissolve into your laundry, and I think these are amazing, so love those. I have a bottle of little Dawn dish soap in here as well for washing cups. This is a leftover bottle from when we rented a DVC property before, and it came with it. I do keep a sponge. We used that on one of our trips. I dried it out and have kept it in here so that I can use that. And then, let's see, I have this thing, and it looks kind of like a little tackle box, but it actually came with our owner's locker for you to organize smaller things. I will keep leftover lotion from previous stays, mouthwash, aloe, little eye makeup remover pads that I need. I bought a pack of razors with our groceries once, and I have razors ready to go here, so I don't have to worry about traveling with them when I'm getting my owner's locker. So I've got all that stuff in here in this little tackle box organizer, so that all goes down in there. I'm gonna pop the soap in here and the laundry stuff here on this end, so I can kind of keep it all organized and consolidated so I can find what I need, because I like it to be organized. Another thing we keep in here is, this is our inflatable toddler bed. This is the Slumber Tot. I have two different kinds, and this is the one that I have in here right now. I have another inflatable bed at home. I have two different styles, but this is the one I have, and this works great. So it can just slide right into this pocket here, and I can grab things out as I need and be able to inflate this. Works great for my 4.5-year-old, and she is still able to utilize that slumber pod, like I mentioned, and be able to sleep in a bed, because she has long outgrown the pack and plays for here at Disney that you can utilize, but that is what I use with that. Now with the slumber pods, I will double back and mention these fit perfectly over the mini cribs as well as the pack and plays that they offer complimentary here at Disney. So if you're used to using those, you can just pop this right over the top of it, no problem. Next up, I have this little pouch, and it has extra tissues in it as well as some feminine pads. So, you know, stuff that sometimes you have to have. So we've got that in there. Another thing for sleep is we have our baby monitors. So I do keep these in here. That's one less thing, again, that I have to travel with. And it also has a little adapter in there to be able to plug in the wall. It's got some USB ports on it. So that is another thing that we keep in here as well. Here is the actual monitor for that. So that just slides right down in there. We love having these disposable placemats. So this is a brand new pack that I had ordered so I could stock the owner's locker with these. That way throughout the week when I need to restock my diaper bag and I use out of them, I have them and I don't have to have this entire huge pack in my diaper bag from the very beginning of the trip. So that takes up a lot less space. If not, I'll just keep a pouch like this in my suitcase and then I can restock it. So if you're someone that doesn't have an owner's locker and you're like, oh, well, I love having those, I'll just usually have a pouch, and it's my diaper bag restock pouch, and it's where I just replenish things throughout the week. So each night when I do a little restock, I'll put back anything that I need so I'm prepared for the next day. Now, next thing we're doing are our bubble wands. This does save us from buying new ones every trip, although sometimes we still buy new ones every trip. I'm a sucker as a mom, but we have these ready to go so that if they do want the Mickey ones, we don't buy a new Mickey one, we have this one. So we have those that I stick in here. I always take the bubbles off the bottom and keep those lids, no matter if you're flying home with these, you're putting them in your owner's locker, whatever, keep the lids for sure so that you can have those refill bubbles. Now I got these, they're the little like party pack that you can get from Walmart, and I love using those. I don't know why the camera's not focusing, I'm sorry, I don't have a free hand right now, but I use all these, and I can actually pop one or two of these into the diaper bag. That way if I need to refill them in the parks, that I have some with me, and it's a perfect little size. And then once I dump out the bubbles into the bubble wand, I can just toss it and it makes my bag a little lighter too. So that is a great option for those. So I'm gonna stick these down in here. All right, next up, I keep this little fridge thermometer in there. So this is back from when I was doing my pumping days of having to pump breast milk and store it in the fridge. I wanted to make sure it was staying at the appropriate temperature. I am a nerd about that stuff. Some people don't care. I really care. It really matters. I'm like way too into details. But I've kept it even though I'm no longer doing that. We're out of that phase of life. But I have held on to it because I'm also a nerd and I like to know how low the beverage coolers are getting. And most of the time, it's not 41 degrees. I'm just saying it's way higher. So with that being said, this is something I keep in here as well. I got over there with the soaps. That's with the fridgy things. I keep a little pack of LED string lights. These are fun for stringing up in your window at a hotel, a resort, or even strapping to your stroller. So a couple of options there for having some fun with your stroller. Next up, I keep our little stroller tag for when I want to use that, and our little Mickey hook. This is amazing, perfect for all those resort refillable mugs, water bottles of your own if you use reusable water bottles, that sort of thing, shopping bags. It's like universal for everything. So those are a couple of things that I also like to keep in here. This little pouch has our reusable cooling towels. I had to think about what it was. We have our cooling towels in here. I need to get a couple more. We only have 2, but summer is coming, so these are going to be so handy. They are absolute favorite for us. And to me, the Disney ones work better than any of the others we've tried. We've tried a couple of different ones from Amazon, and these from the parks are just gold. They're just gold. Next up is our sound machine. So I love that I can tap the top and this whole ball illuminates with a night light. So if I need to get up and like look for anything, or if I've like turned down the lights and the girls are getting ready for bed, I can have a little bit of like mood lighting. I can turn off the main lights and have enough light that it kind of signals to them, okay, we're winding down, it's quiet time, it's nap time, it is bedtime, whatever. So I can have the sound machine on, but still enough light for us to see and move about the room. So this is my favorite. It has a function where you can set an alarm. It's got the clock on the front of it, which I find really helpful because if I wake up in the middle of the night, it's nice to see like what time it is. That way I don't have to necessarily like, pull up my phone and like it blast me in the face. So I like this one, and it also sounds like legit. Like this is such a good sound machine. We're almost there, you guys. This thing is almost packed back up. One of the last things I'm gonna put in here are our stroller fans. This one is missing a leg. It has seen better days. We've been rough on this one, but they are misting stroller fans because you can fill them with water and they make a very cool mist, and it is awesome. If you are going to be here and it's gonna be remotely hot at all, these things are absolutely incredible. I'm considering getting a couple more because especially for the summertime, of having one for each of the girls and then one for one of us pushing the stroller. But I got that idea because I saw Jessica Braun's Disney vlog and they had one strapped to the top handle of the stroller, and I'm like, oh my god, that is genius. Why didn't I think of one? True mom mode, obviously. I was not thinking of myself, just the children. I was putting their oxygen mask on first, you know. I have my little handheld one, but sometimes you can't like push the stroller and do that, and I'm like, what in the world? That is genius. So I'm probably gonna buy a couple more of these. They're incredible. If you're coming again and it's hot, you need one of these. And I have this little floaty for my 4.5-year-old, so she can play and float in this. It just blows up. It's a fun little thing. It doesn't take up a ton of room in here. Sometimes we use it, sometimes we don't, but it doesn't take up a ton of room. It folds really, really flat, and I can just kind of shove it in a corner somewhere and it works. This is the tip to the pump that goes to the air mattress. I've got to bring the pump back. I accidentally put this in here and took the pump home, so I got to bring it back. Y'all remind me next time I'm coming to pack that, please. I need help. I've forgot it like twice now. Okay, last 3 things. Reusable shark food bag. If you do not have one of these in your bag, in your stroller, whatever, you need one. Hands down, always have one. So we keep that in here. Collapsible, let's see, actually, let's do the umbrella first. This is a Disney umbrella. My husband bought it on one of our trips recently, and it was so incredibly helpful. I have an umbrella that I love. He doesn't have a great one. I need to find a great one for him, but he bought this one. So we're using this one. It kept him dry, which was perfect. So we just leave it in here, and it's our Disney umbrella. So there you go, handy dandy umbrella. And then our collapsible. This is my favorite thing that is in this entire box, and it's just so good. If you're like me and you like to do laundry, it sorts it, it keeps it up off the floor so it's not messy, and it like folds down so small. So if you are traveling at all, I pack this. I don't care where I'm going. This thing is amazing. I love it so much. If I'm gonna be there for a few days, it's perfect. So that just slides right down here on the side, and that's it. My owner's locker is now repacked, so we're ready to put the lid back on it. Oh, and 2 other things that I forgot to mention yesterday because they were in the wash are the pack and play sheet and the crib sheet that I have for the girls. So the pack and play sheet, obviously it goes and it fits onto the Disney pack and plays. It somewhat fits on the mini cribs. I kind of have to pull it and tug it just a little bit, but it does fit on the mini crib. And then this fits on the toddler inflatable mattress, on the mattress like insert part of the toddler bed. So it fits on actually both of the mattresses that I have, and it's just a regular crib sheet. So just like you would use for your baby's crib at home. So you can use that. I like to have their own special ones for
one, it makes it fun and special. They're unique. They're theirs for when we are traveling, but then it also smells like home, especially when they were babies. This helped a ton, and they've just kind of gotten used to it, and they're like, yay, it's my inflatable princess bed, or it's my mini pack and play, and it's just something special that they have now when we're traveling.
All you have to do is follow the instructions. So you just hook the loops under this side of the lid, and then on this side there are these two holes here, and you can just place these zip ties that they give you here on this end through that. They also give you some like this that have numbers on it, so you can take a picture of the number on there and know if it's ever been tampered with. We've never had an issue with anything being tampered with. Owner's Locker has been amazing and completely reputable, and we absolutely love them. So this video is not sponsored. I should have said this in the beginning. It's not sponsored. I don't have an affiliate with them. They're not paying for this. They're not sponsoring. I just love having an Owner's Locker, and it's so incredibly convenient for coming as much as we do. So this thing is amazing. But if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Leave me a purple heart emoji in the comment section if you were part of the Secret Indie of the Video Club, which if you have made it this far, then now you are an honorary member. So welcome to the club. So glad you're here. But that is gonna do it for today's video and what's in my Owner's Locker. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.